What's up, everyone? This is Sonic Mix here, and today I am going to give a review that I haven't done since Survivor Series '09, and that is to give my review of WWE Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules happened tonight, and for those that watch my previous videos, I actually went to the live event, Extreme Rules, and a lot of fun. The crowd was great, the excitement was awesome. And matches-wise, I would say it was a pretty good show. Probably better than last year's. That might be saying much, but I guess being there live is way different than watching it on TV. So, I'm going to give my reviews, talk about the match, talk about the moments, and then, of course, give my ratings from a 0 to a 5, and then the overall show. Now, before I go on, you might have to excuse me because of my voice. I might sound a little different, I might sound a little cracked up, but that was because me screaming at the top of my lungs at the event. So, please do bear with me, please. So the match kicked off. It was actually the pre-show, actually. It was The Miz against Santino Marella for the United States Championship. The match was okay. There was really nothing special about this match. I'm kind of surprised that they just threw in this match as a pre-show when The Miz has really no storyline with Santino Marella whatsoever, but maybe it might later on. In the end, Santino hits The Miz with the Cobra and basically wins the match. I give the match maybe a 1.75 out of 5. Like I said, it was interesting, but I guess it was okay for what the pre-show was worth. And now we actually get into the actual show itself. The match kicked off with Randy Orton versus Kane in a Falls Count Anywhere match. This opening contest was actually pretty good. I actually liked some of the spots that they did, where they went into the crowd and they kind of made a half a circle all the way around to the stage. They fought backstage. They went into that one little area, used the walls as the weapons, threw each other to the walls and the doors, and then Zack Ryder coming out and interfering in the match in the backstage area, which kind of made no sense, but at the same time, I guess if you look back to the Ryder and Kane back in January, February, I guess it would make a little bit of sense, but at the same time, no sense whatsoever. For a match like this, it was pretty good. It was actually pretty entertaining for what it was worth. In the end, Kane is about to go for a tombstone. Orton counters it, and then basically gives Kane the RKO on the chair for the 1-2-3 count, and Randy Orton becomes the victor. 3.25 out of 5. I thought it was a pretty good opener. But like I said before, I was there live, so it's probably going to be different. As I said before, it's going to be different seeing it live than actually watching it on TV. The second match, this is the match I could have almost forgot. It was actually a filler match. It was Brodus Clay against Dolph Ziggler. I want to say this was a squash match. It was no squash match. I mean, Ziggler looked pretty good. Brodus Clay, well, I don't know. I'm not really into Brodus Clay that much. Gimmick-wise, maybe a little bit, but his wrestling, he definitely needs to work on. I think this match went on for like 6-7 minutes, I think. In the end, Brodus Clay hits him with the headbutt and then the splash. Star at 75, maybe 2 stars if I want to be that nice and generous. The third match was Cody Rhodes versus The Big Show in the wheel game, but during the pre-show they spin the wheel and then land it into a tables match. This match felt pretty quick in my eyes. There was a couple good spots where the Big Show was like throwing around Cody Rhodes, And then, of course, Cody Rhodes taking the punishment. And then, of course, Cody for being the little guy, showing off his good performance against the big guy like the Big Show. One of the cool moments in the match was, I forgot how it went, but I guess Big Show went to throw Cody into the table that was leaning on the turnbuckle. Well, Cody jumps on the table and gives him the beautiful disaster kick off of it. I thought that was actually a pretty good sweet spot moment. In the end, Cody Rhodes kicks Big Show's leg, and the Big Show's leg goes through the table, and there's like this awkward pause at the moment, and the referee rings the bell and gives Cody Rhodes the belt. Cody Rhodes walking right now as a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. And then in the end, the Big Show pretty much puts through Cody Rhodes through a table, and then the table that was outside. Once again, a star in 75. I have to give it. I can't give it any higher than that. Up next was the 2 out of 3 falls match. Sheamus against Daniel Bryan for the World Heavyweight Championship. This match was pretty damn good. Very good. The first round actually felt like it was taking forever. Like a good 15, 17 minutes. I mean, it was going pretty long. The first fall, pretty much, it goes to Sheamus. Daniel Bryan keeps kicking him while Sheamus is on the turnbuckle. Daniel Bryan disqualifies himself. And then the second round, which was the quickest round, Daniel Bryan gives him the yes lock, or what was also known as the label lock, and Sheamus pretty much faints due to the yes lock. Daniel Bryan wins the second round. The third round, which was a bit longer than the second, maybe an extra 2 minutes longer than the second one, Sheamus wins the third round and wins the World Heavyweight Championship. Very good wrestling from these guys. And now with Sheamus as the victor, we will probably now see Del Rio against Sheamus at Over the Limit. I give it a 4-star match. And the crowd was very into it. And actually, there was more people chanting yes, yes, yes than Sheamus. But when Sheamus won, everybody cheered for Sheamus. But when Sheamus came out, everybody booed at him. The fifth match was the WWE Championship match. Yes, the WWE Championship match. CM Punk against Chris Jericho for the WWE title. I'm hoping I'm not missing anything. This match I thought was a lot better than their WrestleMania match. There was a lot of good spots in the moment. The one spot where Chris Jericho is by Punk's family, and Jericho's like taking Punk's head and putting it onto the barricade. And then Punk's sister slaps Jericho. Jericho's about to like get her. Then Punk intervenes and gets in there. The sweet spot moment of the night of that match was when Punk had Jericho on the table, and then CM Punk got on the turnbuckle and then jumped from the turnbuckle onto the table on the outside. Pretty good sweet spot moment. A lot of fans went nuts when that happened. And then towards the end, Chris Jericho is about to give CM Punk the go to sleep, and then Punk counters. He gives, then he teleports him to the turnbuckle. CM Punk gets into his own GTS, gives him the go to sleep, and then wins 1, 2, 3. Good wrestling in this. It was a pretty good brawl for what it was worth. 4 out of 5. I say this was definitely an entertaining match. The next match was Nikki Bella against a mystery opponent. Now, when I was at this event, a lot of people thought it was going to be Karma, and yet it turned out being it was Layla. Pointless women's match, not going to get into it. In the end, Layla wins, and I have been hearing that the Bella Twins' contract expires today or tomorrow. 3/4. That's all I got to give this. If Karma was in it, it probably would have been a little bit much more, but Oh well. And then finally, the main event, Brock Lesnar versus John Cena in an Extreme Rules match. This was not a wrestling match. This was more of a boxing brawl match than a wrestling match. And Brock Lesnar dominated this match for about 95% of the match. However, there was probably one big thing I liked about this, and that there was actually blood. There was blood on Cena, and what was stupid was that they had to pause the match because Cena was bleeding. I hate to say this, but the stupid PG rating really did hurt the blood environment in the WWE. Because, of course, if this was TV-14, they would still let it go. So, of course, the match continues, and there was a couple sweet spot moments where the steel steps were in the middle of the ring, and then Lesnar jumped over the rope, hitting Cena, then going out himself. Some people thought he might have actually hurt himself, Lesnar, when maybe he hurt his leg somehow. But nope, he just kept walking like if nothing happened. And then in the end, which actually was kind of a no-surpriser, Lesnar's about to go for it again, but Cena grabs the chain that he wore, hits Lesnar, and then he gives Lesnar the attitude adjustment on the steel steps and wins 1, 2, 3. Overall, not a wrestling match. It was more of a brawl match and just domination. Maybe a 3.25 if I want to be that generous. And then in the end, Cena said something about, I forgot how he phrased it, but saying if this is my last match, or I might need to take a vacation or something. He said something like that didn't sound like was supposed to be in the story, or maybe it was something that he wasn't supposed to say. And then in the end he said, but if I was gonna go out, I would want to go out here in this city, which he referred to as Chicago. So I really don't know what he meant by that. We're probably going to see him tomorrow on Raw anyway, or maybe he is taking a break. I don't know. Overall, the show was pretty good. I would give it a 7 out of 10. Better than last year's. Yeah, I don't know. Now that I think about it again, I think it is kind of a tie. Maybe this Extreme Rules is a little bit better than last year's. If not, it's a tie. Alright then, this was my review of WWE Extreme Rules. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, I hope you guys excuse me for my voice. I know this is probably not my best review, seeing I'm still very rusty by doing this. I probably missed a lot of parts that I should have said, but once again, I know I am rusty. I needed to really get back into this, but hopefully down the line I'll do more reviews and I can really get back into it very fast. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, leave a comment. Tell me how you like the show. Give me a like if you like it. Give me a dislike if you didn't like it. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, I say to you all, have a good night. This is Sonic Mix, signing off.